Yesterday we left this around integers, uh, and I'm starting it again from the same point. I just did some of the things like there was a some of a part I did, which was like writing some of a test. Now we are here around this. Uh, so in this you can see they are writing first test and then they are writing their function. Yeah, that makes also sense. There was no any problem with that too, but we need a lot of changes. And yeah. mm, so if we go for a function where if you see the function, this was an sum function. What it did, you just sum it. So there's another is a function which is sum all, which is taking, you can say, numbers to sum. Means you will give us more numbers in the array form in the array of array. It means something like that one. If we have something like an integer, and then you are inside that you have an integer. Is that right or no? Okay, there will be more. Sorry, there will be more uh, in type. Sorry for that. And then we will return array of integer. So it is a way you can do this in the similar way, like how you did this one. So you can take some all sorry, array of integer. Yeah, that's not doesn't mix. And then you can just take this or change this to this one, and you just need to sum all equals to append that will be going into the sum all, and we already have a function sum which take a value. Okay, so value, yeah, that's the same thing I said to you. That will be something like if you see the test. Okay, let us see the test. If you see the test, this is an array of int, and then we are sending 1 and 2, and then again we are sending one more array of integer 0 and 9. So this is the test, and then you just need to return some all. Now you can write a function here. It's a function, then you have to start with a test, and then this will be, sorry, sum all. And here what you have to do is you have to firstly take a got, I means what we are getting. So it is a sum all, and that sum all is a taking a one integer 1 comma 2, and another is like you can say 0 comma 2. Okay. Want, or expected. Want is does not make sense to me. It needs to be array of integer with the sum 3 and 2. Okay, so if yeah, here one more thing. If you see slice dot equal, so from the Go 2.1, the slices standard package is available, which has a slice dot equal. So they are like how we are checking for a strings, how we are checking for a number. We have to check for a slices or for the array if in the another language, if I can say. Functions to do the simple shadow compare slices. If you do a shadow compare on array in JS. So let's see. Yeah. So there was you know about it. There is a one thing where we do with the two equal and there's a three equals. So in the three equals, we also see the types, not just the value. We also see the types, checking if they have a same length, if and if every element at the corresponding history is strictly equal. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, it's a three equal. Strictly check if two values are equal without type conversion. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let us see this one. So if you click on this one, you will find here somewhere there's a lot of function. Mhm. Functions to do simple shadow compares on slices where you don't need to worry about types, like above case. Note these functions expect the elements to be comparable. Matlab, I mean, it needs to be comparable. Like, there will be not like you will be comparing function like that. That type needs to be in that way that it can be comparable. If it is not comparable, then that things will not going to work. So it cannot be applied to slice with non-comparable elements like 2D slices. Yeah. So here you can see slices dot equal got and expected, and then just copy this one. So if you click here equal, you can find out this what it say. Equal reports whether two slices are equal, the same length, and all elements equal. If the lengths are different, equal returns false. Even if the lengths are unequal, the equal returns false. Otherwise, the element are compared in increasing index order, and the comparison stop at the first unequal pair. The empty and the nil slices are considered equal. Okay, floating point nulls are not considered equal. That makes sense. Okay, we can run this test now. And this test. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Mhm. Repeated count, we did not use this. So repeated count needs to be here. Okay, write enough code to make it pass. What we need to do it iterate over uh I mean we can call it variable arguments, calculate the sum using our exiting function. Yeah, like I did in that way. If you see, I did in that way, in the similar way. Yeah, one more thing I missed out. Here, if you see, mhm, no. Here, if you see, this is an length, and then they're making a sum. So I need to make it as a make. Make one is a better one, because I think I'm asking. I'm also not. I don't know about it. So just I can say the length of Yeah, that makes sense because you will not going to get out of that. Yeah, so it will give you how many of array of a string we have, and then we will be returning that much too. So you see there's a new way to create a slice. Make allows you to create slice with a starting capacity of length of the this. Yeah, so this will be like it will be nil or might be zero. Like there will be nothing. You can also pass as a zero, but you will be having a capacity of 5, but the length is 0. Let us tell you. I don't have a way to uh okay, just way you can do the fmt dot print length of sum all and fmt dot print cap of sum all. Okay, so if you go terminal and then you just run go run, you need a main function, I guess. Then only you can make such things. I'm just taking it to the Go playground. Go playground. We can like some of the things we can do it directly from here and then just run it. Waiting for undefined. Oh, sorry. I can say numbers to sum. Like you can do a number of sums equals to 5 because it is a length, so you don't need this one. Yeah. So this one is 5 and this one is a 5. I said wrong, I think. Okay, okay. I think I said something wrong. And then I said what I said in this way, we will be having a length 0 and capacity 5. But now I'm wrong. If I do a 0 here, then it is a size. Then now it is like length is 0 and capacity is a 5. Let me read it because I am just uh, jumping from here and there. What we need to do is iterate over var eggs, calculate the sum using our exiting sum functions, then add it to the slice we will return function that sum all numbers to sum in this way, and then that this. Mhm. Then we can do a sum and then we'll give into the sums. Lots of new things to learn. There's a new way to create a slice. Make allow you to create a slice with a starting capacity of length of the number. Okay, sorry. We need to work through the length of the slice is the number of the length it holds. Okay. Oh, okay, sorry. While the capacity is the number of the element it holds in the underlying array. Example, this creates a slice with the length 0 and the capacity 5. Yeah, I did a thing, one thing wrong. Like I said, one thing wrong. Okay. Um, so how you can refactor? I already refactor in using append function. Mm. And then this one, and then we are writing a test. So there was a create a test first. So again we have a one more test, which is tails. Test sum all tails. I'm writing it, I don't know what tails is. Our next is sum all to sum all tails, where it will calculate totals of tails of each slice. I mean the last one now. The tail of the collection is all item in the collection expect the first one. Okay. So we are I'm not I do not like to writing test first, but yeah, we can do it because we know like what we will be going to do it. But a lot of people also, I mean not people, I mean a lot of engineer tried it to write it test first and then yeah, so writing a test first and then uh, write the actual function. So it is a sum all tails. Okay, so it will be having a god is this one, which having a function. We do not have that function for now. The expected is going to be 9 and 2. I mean 2 and 9. Okay, got it. We don't have that. The reflect dot, I need to also study the reflect one. Reflect dot deep equal. I will be reading this one, but that is very. I will check it. Don't worry. So we don't have a some all tails. I mean the sum all tails means like the slice, we know about the slice to the low to the high. If we omit the value on the one of the sides of colon, it captures everything of that side. In our case, we are saying take off from 1 to the end with the number this one, and you may wish to spend some time writing other tests around slices and experiment with a slice operator to get familiar with it. Okay. Again, we need number to numbers to sum. We will be returning again slice. So we can take it word sums and it will be having an integer, and then you can just for loop this num colon equals to it will be range, and then this one, and then just you have to take the tail. So tail will be taking it from num to 1 to last, 1 to last, and then sums will be, sorry, sums will be append sums, and then you can take sum all, not sum all, you need, sorry, you need some, sorry, tail one. So you take tail from lefting the 1 to the last, and then summing it and just returning it. Okay. You can refactor it, and this is a test where you are returning this one will be 0 and this one will be like lefting the first one and then taking it from the 4 to 9. It will be last. So as far I remember, low one, like we want from one, well, I mean lefting the one, I guess. Yeah. Or is I am wrong? No, actually, what I know, I can say maybe I can confuse it with that. Low is uh, included and high is excluded. I just want to check in the slides. Bit of in slides is I am right. Yes, you are correct. In the most programming languages that uses in the slice notation, such as Python, I can say Go in Go. I think in all it says in the same. Yes, you are correct. Then Go the low a half one range includes the element at the low ingredient but excludes that. Yeah, that the same things I know. That's why I was confusing, getting confused. Like, is the nine is included or excluded? That's why I am practicing things again with a test to get things like is I am really know or all that things what I am claiming. Just a minute. I have just on a 14 percentage. Okay. Let's me. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we need to write some more tests. One test is, I think, way good. Yeah. So if you run this, you can write it 9 and 1 is 8, and then just run it again. We don't need a lot test. Fail. So another one is going to be 17. Oh, okay. We don't need a more test. We can go with this one by taking one as a integer with nothing, so it will be a 0. Okay, so you can just run it. Oh, why it's taking a time. Fail. Slice bound out of a range. Okay, so oh, just a minute. Mhm. Okay, so we get same error. Runtime error, slice bound out of range. So we can say if the length we can add, if else the length is equals to 0, just return 0. Yeah, what we can say. Here if we say in the for function, maybe because it is inside the for, yeah, right. So if length of num equals to 0, we need to just returns sum equals to append sum and 0 because we don't have anything. And then we can do else part into that one, like that. And now if we go again and then run this test again, I'm closing my mic for some time. Sorry. I will get back to voice in some moment of time. I also I can't put any music to. I don't know how to add that. Okay, so we get a helper function. Hmm. You can check through the helper function. It gives you way to do that. Okay. Okay, let me do the helper function too because it looks really good to me. I'm just writing it too. Don't worry, I will delete one of that. Testing, testing package is really awesome. Yeah. So the check sum, which takes a function and it takes t testing dot tb. So I don't know about tb. Tb is an interface common to tb and fbf. It takes got and expected, which needs to be array of integer. So you can take array of integer, and here you can type helper. So helper is going to reflect dot deep equal got want, not want, I mean expected. And this, if you take this one and then just paste it here. I think I have to start writing want because I don't want to change things by okay. We can run that and see if that thing's working or not. Look like it's working, but my system is taking a time. One point, I don't know. Okay, so we need to learn about deep equal. So we can go click on it and we can get it to here. But I want in short form. I don't want to read this that much. Okay, let me. I can do a chat GPT direct from here, but I'm perform doing this. This good also gives good answer. Reflect dot deep equal works by performing a recursive type aware comparison of context of two values rather than simple memory address check. It is essentially a deep version of go equals to operator designed to work on complex data structures like slice, maps, and struct. Okay, that's good. What difference it have from slice dot uh, equals? Again, take this one, put it here. Oh yeah. Okay. You can do a format. Oh my god. It gets up. So reflect a deep equal is a generic recursive comparison function for any type. Okay. While a specialized function like slice introduced for a type safe performant comparison, especially for a slice uh, of a comparable element. Mhm. How reflect equals works. Reflect equals works determine if two types deeply equals by recursively comparing their contents. Generic it accepts values of any types interface and uses reflections to inspect their underlying structures and values at runtime. Recursive it traverses nested data structure, struct slice, map pointers, and compares corresponding elements or fields. That looks good. So you can say like it uses a generic type. That is the only thing you need to remember. Generic was like any. Okay. Hmm. Okay. There's some of the blogs. If you see some of a blog like this one, this is like Go Slice users and internals. But I think we can, for now, we can skip this for now. Uh, but we will keep these docs to read. I mean, I'm creating one a README file. We can say to read, and this one is the first, and I can give a Go Slice uses and internals. Okay. Okay, so this one is like having FMT and we have a slice. Okay. And then we are printing the first whole slices and then we are printing from two, like this is zero, this is a one, and then two. So from this to this, and then last two is like this one we will return like no, sorry, that will be zero, one, and two will be not there. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. Yeah, I'm right. I said the root is not will be in that one. And if it is go for this one, that then this will be from this to this. Yeah, that's cool, super cool. We end up this. Okay, so we can read this. We have a three uh, slice, I mean slice of a string, and then we are taking y everything. Where like we will be having everything in that, and then we are making a z, which is a length of x. Okay, so slice y points to the underlying array x. Oh yeah, and then we are copying in a slice z is a copy of a slice created by x, but at the last the x is like the y is a pointing to underlying array o x. So if we convert this, the value of the index 1 is now beta and for both y and z. Okay. Uh, if we print x and comma x, Hmm, I'm a bit confused, but here if we see that needs to be similar value then all, yeah, I said similar value. The problem, not a problem, but if I ask ChatGPT to make it, uh, yeah, just a minute, make image or make a diagram to, to explain this one, why we get same slice values. So it will be like the y is pointing to x, something like this one. It will be y pointing to x, and then what we did, the we take the copy of x, and that we puts into the z. So if you see this one, we have an array which is a x, the real storage, the 0 1, and then the slice y is pointing to x. Okay, just a minute, let me first check. Oh, sorry, I'm really sorry, I was thinking y is a superior here, that's why. Sorry. Okay, fine. I was thinking y is a superior, but x is a superior here. I mean, the x have every value. So okay, fine. So x have every value, and then what we just did here is we takes the y, and we put the value there, but it was not like having a copy, but it is just referencing every value to the x, and then we takes on a copy of x, and then we just change y. So if we change y, okay, we change y, okay, 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 we change y. So if we are changing y, then it means exactly that we are changing x. Mhm. Right, we just get here, we are changing x. So let us explore, understand this we have, and then slice is pointing to this, then the z is separate new array created by copy, make plus copy. When we change this one is unchanged. Yeah, so this one is unchanged, right? Because we have a copy of x, so we take a copy of x, so it will point to the copy of x. The copy of x, we have not changed that, but we have changed the uh, x. So x and y will be similar, and z will be different. I think I need to uh, to check it very carefully, because I said all three have a same value. I mean, I've also checked this whole thing, and then I said all three have a same value. Really sorry again. But yeah, I was thinking we have the value y, which is having the first one, but I was wrong. The x have all values, and then we just taking a x where we are where the y is pointing to x, and then we taking a copy of x and putting into the z, and then just we changing y. So if we are changing y, it does not mean it is something like the y, and then 1 pointing to 1 is equal to x pointing to 1. Okay, we're done with that. This one was nothing. I think I already have explained that one. Okay, that is good. We covered array. We need to go for struct now. We have a lot of things. Okay, let us go for struct methods and interface. You know what? Why it looks very weaker? Because we are writing test first and then we are writing uh, that is a version 1, version 4. Okay, so it is a struct. Okay, that is cool. I mean, okay, we now can say structs. Structs dot go, structs dot s dot go. Okay, suppose we need some geometry code to calculate the parameter of rectangles given in a height and depth. Uh, we can write a parameter breadth float 64, height float 64 functions where float 64 is a floating point number like 123.45. Okay, so I'm also writing the test first. So we want some like test parameter, and we have breadth and height. So formula is, I think it is a 2, sorry, 2 length plus width, or we have height if we have height. So it is like width plus height. Yeah, because formula of parameters having written. I'm right, I guess. Okay, let's call it. Okay, so we can write a function which take test parameter of taking a test, and then it is a testing dot t. Okay, we take got, that got is parameter parameter which takes 10.0 comma 20.0. Okay, so we want 40 and like that. So we don't have a parameter, so we can go and write function around parameter which takes two value. One is width and another is height, integer, and it returns integer, and it return 2 into, not integer, I mean I can say float 62 or 64, and it also takes float 64. If you are taking 64, you have to return 64. If you're taking 32, then you have to return 32. Width plus height. Okay, is that good? Okay, so it will be 60. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, 64 and 64. That's cool. So if you're taking 64, then it needs to be 64. You have to pass 62. It is 64. And if you want a 62, then you have to do 62 and then just wrap it inside that, right? What's the difference? It's depend on bytes, I guess. You can also add area and then test area. This one is a good. To be honest, I was way expecting this thing to come up here, but yeah, now it's there. What what I was expecting, like we will be having our a struct, and through struct we will be defining a lot of things. There will be a lot of more things like now we will be getting interfaces and some of a more thing. Just I am doing a type which is like there will be also interfaces angle which takes struct, and that struct, sorry, which takes a struct and which takes width. Width is also float 64, and height is also float 64. Okay, and now you can do is just take it here. If you're doing it for a parameter, you can say a rectangle which takes rectangle, and that rectangle will take 10.0 comma 20.0. Okay, and then you already got this much, and also takes up the parameter and then just return give it a rectangle. So you also need to change. Now it is not expecting, so here we need to have a rectangle of type rectangle, right? We need to have a type of rectangle. Oh, sorry, I think I can do this one from here to here. Now it can take that one easily, and this one is like rectangle dot width and rectangle dot height. Then same thing you can do for area, you can do for some other way, and then you can write it for test. In that one test area, you take test dot run rectangles, and then you can do for circles, like that. A lot of way you can do. Then you need to add your circle one, and then the area will be taking circle of this and then returning function of that. Yeah, you take the area function of area, you takes the type, and then you can just return this, and then write enough code to make it pass. Yeah, this, and then just we refactoring our test. Now we are come up for interface. Oh no, in interface, I'm reading it, I'm just checking it out. Okay, I'm coming back again to the area part, and let me add the area one too for the rectangle one. For the rectangle one, you can just add the test too. Just change the test. Uh, there's nothing much in that one. Tests, change this one, and then just take that one. We need okay, so we have a circle, we need a circle one too. So we can go for type circle, which take a struct, and then radius is also can be a float 64. And then after so this one, you also need to add a area which is taking an area as your circle. This like this. So you already had one which is for a rectangle, and then one okay, like this one they say you can do in that. If you do area, let's take it area, like similar. If you do something like this, it will not going to work for you. Okay, I think it will not work for you because it is a two function. So you need to do it something like this. You're taking this one, and I think you just need this one. I'm coming in some time. Yeah, in that way, I said. No, sorry. I mean, in that way. You take rectangle one and then you take circle one. And also, you have to change things here. Like the area needs to be uh, rectangular area, which does not takes your rectangle now. And the other one is circle. Ka hai?